All right. Happy Thursday, everybody. We are back at it once again, as our boy Trick2G would say. So before we get started in today's live stream as we're building the web app, I'd like to do a little shout out to myself. For those of you who don't know, I just released my latest course, the 100 Front-End Interview Questions Challenge, where we cover everything you're going to be asked in your typical technical screen for front-end, covering HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We touch on asynchronous JavaScript, of course, front-end web development. We even give you some interviewing tips and tricks to make sure that you can get up there and get it together, some resume tips, some cover letter tips, how to kill that. Do you have any questions for me, which is a very powerful thing. So if you're interested in my course, which apparently is the highest rated, which is kind of cool, granted I only have 13 ratings because the course is new, but we have over 150 students in the first 2 weeks who have signed up and found value in it. Go ahead and check out the link in the description below where you can get it for just $9.99, which is a pretty good deal if you ask me. 10 cents a question. It's over 150 videos. I think it's 150 videos. I forget how many, but it's about 10 hours of content. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get going. Turn my music on. Use coupon code CODEANDGUIDE for $9.99. All right. Cool, man. So started spending a little time designing what the subcategory page is going to be. Got a copy of my modal back today. So we're going to do two things. We're going to build a pipe for star output. And we're also going to finish up a modal I started not too long ago and a custom alert. So let me go ahead and download this. But before we get going, let's, as always, jump to our Trello board so we can see where we're at and what we're doing. So last time you saw we're in progress for the books component, which is good. Now we're going to go ahead and write a little pipe. Maybe is it gonna be a pipe? Do I want it to be a pipe? But yeah, then we'll you can see this is our modal. We're gonna play around with it. I think I'm gonna change this alert. I want to have a little bit more color on here. I have an idea here of what we're gonna do. Hey, Jamal Moha, how's it going? And then we might have like a light white overlay on here, and this will have a tiny X, and we're gonna. I'm not sold on this sign up quite yet. So we're going to make some minor modifications based off of what one of my buddies said. But what we can do real quick is jump to our... Alright, so we got our modal mockup. So we can move that to... What's going on with my mouse here? We can move that to here. And generic modal, we can move back over here. We're no longer blocked. And we can add our new mockup from our computer. Cool. All right. Sweet. All right, so now that we've done that, what's going on with my mouse? My mouse is being a little weird. All right, so as always, we're going to run our test down below. And let's go ahead and run the project real quick. Alright. That's all running. That's all building. Very nice. So, last time, if I remember correctly, all we did was put stars. So we have 30 of 30 tests passing. Good. Leave that there. Launch browser preview so you guys can see what's up. Cool. Go ahead and close that. So I think what I want to do is build a stars pipe in case we want to do something similar, because if you remember correctly, it's going to bring up our Trello here. Do I want to build as a pipe? It doesn't feel like a pipe, does it? Pipe, you're going to filter something. No, I think it's just a get. That's fine. We'll create a get, and we'll call this icon classes. Stars. Let's go ahead and real quick go to font awesome. We could just hard code it for now. Just hard code it. How do we want to do this? So, obviously we can, we're not gonna have stars in here, right? We're gonna have something like this. Oh, I didn't mean to put all that in there. But now we have to decide how many full stars we have. And then we'll decide how many half stars or partial stars. So what we can do, let's jump back to here. Cool, so 2.5 stars. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here and we're just like get God, what do I want this to be? We have to calculate out just a little bit of math based off the rating. And this is going to return this dot book dot rating greater floor this dot book dot rating. And what we're gonna have to do here is let's see. Alright, so we have 5 full stars. So what we'll do is something like this. ng4 is equal to let I of full stars. Alright, let's see what's going on. Am I going crazy? ng4? Anyhow, let's change that to let star anyhow. Let star of full stars. ng4 is part of what module? Common module? Do we have common module in our shared module? But we don't. All right, so we need to have providers common module. Willie Tito, how's it going? Or Wiley Tito? Alright, so I think that should have solved our issue here. Still no, huh? Alright. Oh. Whoops. Here we go. Providers for services. There we go. Cannot find a differ supporting object 5 of type number. Alright. Is there really not a way of, ugh. Alright. So, that's kind of wonky. Let's see. Just fill it. Dot map. Oh, there we go. I messed up. So okay, cool. So you can see we got 5 stars. Remove that. Tito, go lay down, buddy. The cat like wants to jump in my lap. I'm just not ready for that in my life. Okay, so this is full stars. We're gonna get 5 now. What we'll get here is get this should honestly be its own component at this point. Get half star. And so what we'll do here is like let's say we got 4.5, right? We want to get a half star, so we can simply do this if how do you get the God, this went forever. Okay, that's easy enough. Oops. Hey, what's going on, Lawrence Wilson? So we can do a simple ternary here. Well, we return. So if this dot book dot rating minus math dot floor this dot book dot rating greater than or equal to 0.5. Actually, we want to break this up. We need to add some additional logic here. So if it's greater than or equal to 5, and this dot rating, it doesn't have this dot book dot rating is not equal to 5. If it's greater. So it has half star, so we can make this more complex down the way. So if there is a half star, return an array with 1. Also return an empty array. Alright, cool. So if we did this on our half stars, this should actually be half star. All right. And then we could come back and do like I guess we could do empty stars also, right? So yeah. So if this dot book dot rating is equal to 5, just return an empty array. And then we would have if alright. So let's say we have something like this, right? Let's say we have our number is 3.75. Actually, it's going to be different, right? So it's going to be 5 minus 3.75. So we have a 1.25 difference. So here, this would be 5 minus, and we want to store this. Perfect rating, or highest rating. So this is equal to 5. So highest rating is equal to the highest rating minus this dot book dot rating, and then so if we did math dot floor, that would just give us 1, right? Oh my god, stop replaying the same song. Yeah, okay. So then here you're gonna return dot floor difference. Actually, do you know how long it's been since I've done the freaking math op? So return array total empty stars dot fill. Just fill it with a 0. All right. Whew. Honestly, we don't even need this. Alright, so let's actually pass a rating in here of like 3.5. So that's looking pretty good. We don't have the empty star though. So all we have to do is, and you know what? This doesn't actually, we're never going to have more than 1 empty star. So instead of returning this, return this, forget the array, and then just make this an NGF. Oh, that's the wrong one. We'll change this to has half star. Change that to a NGF. Save that. All right, and now let's go back to font awesome. We need the empty star. There it is. Boom, and they said it couldn't be done. A little bit of testing. Can you render a component inside NGF? Yeah. Look at that. We have our stars. That definitely feels like it should be its own component though, doesn't it? Doesn't really matter what this returns. Are we ever gonna use this star thing again? We might. Star list? And we're gonna write some tests for this real quick. Coding guys, right, baby. They say you couldn't get a 2.5 star rating. I said, hold my beer. All right. I drank all the good beer the other day, so now I'm stuck with Bud Light. I don't actually buy beer, so whenever I have beer, it's because I had like friends over, and I either bought some for the get together, or they left some, and so I don't buy it because I drink it in the house, just sort of like one a day. I'm not a big drinker, but like, for whatever reason, coding and drinking goes together like love and marriage sometimes. Alright, cool. Go into our shared module. Alright, let's real quick, we'll stop that. We'll stop our tests. We gotta write some tests for the logic we just wrote anyhow. So star list component.html, come back to that, come back to that, come back to that. Oh, that's not right. That's why I couldn't find it. Can imagine drinking. Well, hey man. Once you can do it drunk, you can do it sober. You know? No, I don't get drunk. Not since I was like 21, like a decade ago. It's probably the last time I was actually really drunk. All right, stars component. Let's go into book component.html, and in here, comment that out for a second, and we're gonna do app-stars-list, and all this is gonna do is take in a rating equal to this.book.rating. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and take this logic here. Go into star list component.html. Save it. And then we're gonna need to get that yellow. Let's see. What color yellow was that? All right. Already got the yellow. Oh. I was like, it's not doing anything. Yeah, I think no pipe for that. We don't need a pipe. That's definitely a component. Close that. Close that. Close that. Close that. Need that. Need that. Sorry, man. I don't read or speak Spanish, I suppose, for that matter. So many windows. Can't find a rating since it's a known rating app stars list. Yes, it is, bro. Oh, app stars. Did it say stars? It might actually be. There we go. Everything's working. We did it, Reddit. Alright, let's go ahead and write our test real quick. Ugh. Cool. Alright, that's enough for defaults. Let's write some test cases here real quick. Alright. There you go. Alright. How y'all doing, man, on Thursday? Cool. All right. So our star rating system works. It's completed. It's tested. Last test. Does is misspelled? Gotcha. Thank you. Very nice. So let's go and close that. Books component. I say we can mark this in the done category. I have to sync up some router links and things like that, but I gotta go find out what pieces of data I want to put on there, all that jazz. But I think books component, we're good to go. We cut that up. We have 37 tests in our application right now. You know, how's Code Poppy doing, man? Code Poppy showing up every day. Every day. Honestly, most of it's pretty basic. Opens, closes. Oh, updates category. Like this is, this. That's probably the most tested thing we wrote. That little star component so far. Nothing. There's not too much functionality quite yet. All right, so cool. What did I say I was actually gonna do? we could continue to build. Always listen on a drive home from work. Hey, get you some of that ASMR action over here. I hear that pays big money. What did I say I was gonna do? Do you want to build the modal? Or do you want to build this little video carousel? Video carousel. God, I don't want to build a video carousel. It's too similar to this. Let's build our modal. We're pretty close. Actually, you know what? We needed to fix something on this. So if I remember correctly, the height of this was 40.8. Yeah. So we wanted to give this some spacing on the footer here. So let's go to our footer. Because what happens is we have this, and we don't want that. We don't ever want that. So origin dash top. I think I did that last time when I broke that. So I think what we actually want to do is target main. Yeah. So what's going on with that? All right. Let's fix that first. So that is the side nav. See, that shouldn't happen. All right. So this was strange. I already have this set. I had this set. to 100% view height. Okay, I got it now. So let's go to our, we need to go to app. I just don't understand. Oh, you know what? This needs to be sticky too. I messed up. I don't know. We'll see. I don't understand what happened to where it's there, and now it's not. What is that? All right. There's a bug. I'm gonna work on this off stream, see what the issue is. But what I want to do is first share, and so what I'm gonna do is on our main, we're gonna give a margin dash bottom of 70 px. I should make it so that we always have something here. Okay, cool. I still don't know what's going on with this. I'll have to play around and see. All right. Okay. I think we might want to style the modal. I've been putting off doing translations in this app for a while. Maybe it's about time. All right, modal it is. You guys talked me into it. Or let's actually do the alert. The alert's simple. We're gonna create an alert. We'll probably use some cookies for this also. So we'll create the generic alert, which, God, should I feel like I've been throwing everything in shared. I'm going to shrink the size of shared. And I think I might move the books and the stars over to categories off stream, because shared, right now we have no plans to use books and categories there, but it keeps on growing. But we'll see. But yeah, let's move it there. Alright, cool. Alright. So in here, let's go ahead and describe a test real quick. Alright. Cool. So there goes our test. Now that we've done that and that, I think I have this running still. Cool. Alright, so we're actually going to need a service, because this alert isn't just going to be like a generic cookies thing, right? We want to be able to trigger the alert. And so before we do that though, what is our alert going to have, right? So we have an icon, we have a title, a paragraph, and sorry, I'm changing music. So we have icon, a title, a paragraph, and a close. And this is all probably going to be dependent, like the look of this, probably going to change dependent upon a couple things. I'm building a documentation, so it's going to have a couple things. A lot of inputs. Public, we're going to have a type. Which will be a string. So is it going to be an info alert? Is it going to be a success alert? I don't know. We can worry about that next. But let's start with add. We're going to have a title. Which will be a string. We'll set it to an empty string. We'll create a input called content. That'll be a string. And I guess we'll create a type. What are we using in the backend? I'll probably be doing Node and MongoDB and Mongoose, man. Yeah, Brandon, I'm glad to see you remember that, man. I've been dying Yeah, so this has been an idea I've been wanting to do for quite some time. And it's been going pretty well, man. I've been really enjoying it. Like, if you haven't noticed, I've streamed like every day for a couple hours. And that's after working a full week, right? So I'm trying to put in 2 hours a day. I'll probably take a day off tomorrow because I actually have to do some design. Like, I need to design 2 more pages, and we're nowhere near what I need it to be. So I have to decide how hard I want to go on that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it myself. So I think we're gonna create a folder in here. Call it models. In here, create a new file, and we'll call this alert.model.ts. Nah, we'll just create a new folder here called enums. And here we'll create alert.enum.ts, export class alerts. Export enum alert, and in here we're going to have a info equal to info. We're going to have a success equal to success. We're going to have a warning equal to warning. And I'm not going to build all of these, but we're setting up the pipeline so that when it does come, we're setting up right now so that when we say, oh, because we are going to need a success alert, probably, we already have it in place and we're going to design it that way so it's not a hassle to come back to it. Error is equal to error. I think I got all of the, did I miss any? Someone tell me the usual ones that you would expect. Let's see here. Just go look on Viewtify real quick, see what they have for their alerts. I'm getting older and wiser? Yo, man. Getting older, wiser, more handsomer, richer, muscular. How you guys doing? Yeah, I think those are the 4 major ones. All right. Cool. So we created the alert. Has anyone ever gotten younger? I know. Alright, so we'll just have a div here. And let's close others. If anyone got younger, you holler, let me know, alright? Hashtag alert. Alright. Let's jump real quick back to here. And this isn't going to be of type. This is going to be alert. And if it doesn't have one, we'll say alert dot info. Alright, we'll just make it of type info. This will make it a little bit easier. But let's jump to our app component. And type. Well, eventually we need to write a service that it can call and listen to. That might have to be something I look at down the road, but let's just put a title in here real quick. Title. And we're going to set this equal to what do we use cookies for? And then we'll set a description. Is that what I called it? I don't know that description's the right word. Content. That's a much better word. We could say something like, we use cookies to recognize or repeat visits and preferences, as well as to measure the effectiveness of campaigns and analyze traffic. So one cool thing about this alert, studying web development, I'm so excited about. Good, man. You should be excited. It's a great field to be in. One cool thing about this, not only will we get a service eventually going here, but after we have it but we can do a couple cool things with this, depending how intense we want to get it. So I've been thinking about making this a PWA. We already have some set up, but I have to set up some client-side caching, and we could do offline-online mode, which would be like a PWA thing. So let me add that to my Trello board. I don't know if I have that yet. What are we building? Video docs. Technically, it's video dev docs. How you doing, Jordan? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Alright, cool. We got ID alert. And here we'll set a class equal to our type. So remember those types that we passed in? So let's start with like an H3. We'll just make that the title. And then we'll have a paragraph. And we'll make that the content. You know, it might just be easier if I put this until we get this going. I just put it over here, even though eventually it's going to go an app component. Let's just Control X that, save that, put it over here. We'll jump back to views category. All right, cool. been working and busy doing web dev for your own projects? Good stuff, man. All right, so let's do our dot alert. So if we have alert, and we're also dot info. A couple things I think we want to do. First off, we want to set a background dash color to a couple things. What background color is this? I think it should. I have so many background colors. Two five two 256. All right, let's go to our styles. Actually, what I need is this. All right, very nice. On the alert itself, we want to add padding of about 10 pixels. How much should we put on recommended books? That looks like the right amount. So let's go over and look at book. 15. All right. Cool. So we have that. Next thing we want to do is style our H3 accordingly. H3 color, I think it's just red. Do I not have a red? I have an orange. It's definitely much more of an orange. Alright, cool. So we have that. And then we kind of have a paragraph here. Set that to color white. And for each one of these, as we go, we would just have different ones that sort of break it down. So like our background color is going to be unique. This is going to be unique. This is going to be unique. More than likely, right? Generally speaking, we're going to want some spacing. We're not worried about that right here because this is obviously not where it's going to go. And let's see. So I have the alert. Now that we've done that, we need a icon. So let's have a ng-container here. Give me a second. I forgot how to do the ng switch case, but that's what we're going to do here. All right, so on here, we are going to have an ng switch. And then we're going to have an info icon. So let's go to Font Awesome real quick, and we'll get the info. Yo, dog, you got that info? God, I want the info dash circle. I think after I launch this, I'm buying Font Awesome Pro. Alright, so we're going to have this here. And then our ng switch case will be equal to, and let's jump into here and we'll get create a public alert types of type alert equal to alert. How does that make any sense? Type of alert. A type of alert is not assigned to type alert. Like they literally want me to do this? That's gross. That must be something new that they just came up with, because I've been doing that for a while. Alright, so here we're going to check the type. Here we're going to say it's equal to alert types.info. That star triggers me. No provider for template ref ng switch case. Here, boy. I got you. I'm not putting the book component, did I? Five stars for you, alright? There you go. Better yet, let's do it like a 4. No, just do a 5. Is that better? Alright. Okay, so we have our alert and just switch case alert types.info. So where the hell is my alert icon? What happened? There we go. So you can see we have our icon there. Let's put this in a div. We don't need this on a switch case. And then what would happen down the road is we would go add additional ones here based off the type. So, all right, cool. So we have our alert. Our I, we can do something like color. Or excuse me, we want to do something like font dash size 50px. That looks about right. And then down here, we'll do something like alright. God, this eye looks so much better than this garbage thing. Is this code available? No, it's in a private repo. I've pretty much streamed the entire thing, so you could theoretically watch. I think by the end of today there'll be 11 hours of live streaming, all except about 40 minutes of little bug fixes. And I tell you when I do that. So my goal, other than like managing the Trello board and doing this stuff, has been to live stream me building the whole thing. So that's part of the reason I'm trying to like, look, I'll build this. I'll do 100 hours of actual seeing me code on here. I'm building a sort of a web app start to finish, like a real one, a production one I'd be proud of to sell to somebody, like as an employer. That was really my goal with this. Other than having fun, I've been wanting to build this for a while. Okay, so now we've done that. Last thing we need is a little button. This is going to be a close button. Here's a button. It's probably semantically correct to make it a button. So any interest in diving into tech outside the main stack? There's always an interest. The real issue is getting somebody to pay me what I want to dive into it outside of the main stack. So like, I'm pretty happy at where I'm at. Granted, we're still pretty young. We're in the honeymoon phase, so about 3 months. So yeah, I'm buying Font Awesome. Once this launches, I'm going through here and putting some skinnier icons in here. Like, here's the thing. I could probably go and do Python and, you know, I'll put it this way. Like, I had a company, when I was looking for jobs, I had a company offer to pay me $70,000 starting. Mind you, at the time I was making 105 or 110 before I was unemployed. So they offered me $70,000 starting to work in cloud and DevOps, which I could probably go up to 150 relatively quickly within a year or two and make more there than as a dev. But and it's nice of them to make that offer, but I'm just not going to take a pay cut. I don't need to. My salary's going up every year, and my skill set's going up every year, and I build projects, and I build courses. I have an interest in all of it, but I have an interest more... Like, here's the thing. When you have an interest in all of it, just do what makes you the most money and what you enjoy the most. Right now, that's this. If I wanted a little bit more of a challenge, this is why I'm live streaming myself working every single day after just spending months building a brand new course to build a web app, because that was my goal. So I always challenge myself one way or another. Anyhow, what did I call this? Icon dash type. All right, cool. What is this color? I don't think we finally got a red. Yeah, and here's the thing, if I didn't enjoy working in JavaScript, then yeah, I would take a pay cut, but I'm good at it, I enjoy it. All right. I think my batteries might be dying. That might be why my mouse is acting up. I'm having trouble seeing how that looks. Yeah, it's definitely off by something. So let's do this. Let's actually wrap this in a button. Alright, now let's go over here. Almost there. Oh my god, I did on the resource thing. This drives me nuts, centering something horizontally and vertically. I always forget. So if we go to views, category, we have resources. Alright, so we'll come here. Forget all that. Instead, Alright, cool. There's that. Honestly, maybe just a little bit smaller. Yeah, better the other way. Cool. Leave that there. And now what we need to do is actually take most of this out. All except background color here. Then for info. Cool. Ooh, hey. Let's kind of make that a little bit bigger. All right, now that we've done the alert, bring up the Trello again. That's not what I was looking for. One second. Message April. Hey baby, comma. Can you bring me 2 AA batteries when you have a minute, please? All right. All right, cool. Now we just have to size it. Or not size it, but fix the spacing on it, which shouldn't be too bad. So in our alert, go ahead and make this a display of grid, and then we'll say grid dash template columns. We'll say auto, then we'll say 300px, and we'll say 1fr. Alright, so let's play around with it a little bit. So, we'll give this a grid dash gap of, I don't know, maybe like 20 pixels. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. We want to align item center. That looks good. Let's actually make that like 40 pixels. What am I doing? That's the wrong one. Alright, cool. And then on our button, we want to align self, justify self. And Let's go ahead and give it a little bit of margin of another 20 pixels. All right. And very nice. Now, the one thing I want is if it's an info, I want to give it a border dash right of 10 pixels solid. And let's just do red real quick, see what it looks like. Oh, I'm going to do left. Alright, cool. Except red would be blue. Like that. What do you guys think? That looks nice, right? So let's see. Boom, baby. So if it's info, we get that. I think we could probably lose a little bit of the padding on the bottom, on top, yeah. I think it's fine. We'll see what Ricky says when I show it to him. But that's our alert right there. So, what we're gonna do is we're going to, and by the way, we're gonna change these styles based off of if we have this alert or not, and we can do something like this where we can do an ngIf. How much time we got? All right, I got 20 more minutes. So we click this, it's gonna take it off the screen, and so let's just wrap this whole thing in an ngIf, and we'll do an animation later and a whole bunch of other shit. We'll call it show, and you see it's gone. Public is shown. Set this equal to false by default. Forget show. We want is shown. All right. Let's for now just set it to true so we can see it. Cool. And then we'll public close. And all close is going to do this dot is shown is equal to false. And actually, I don't know that we even want this to be an ngIf. We definitely want the close property. That's fine. I just think we probably want to have this be a display property now that I'm thinking about it. Huh. This sounds fine for now. But yeah, so we're gonna click on our button, and this is going to close our alert. Nice. So before we move forward, let's set up a test for that real quick. By the way, I haven't done any shameless plugs yet, other than the one in the beginning. But if you guys are interested, I just released my latest course, the 100 Front-End Interview Questions Challenge. It has a 5-star rating. in the first 2 weeks so far, we've got 150 plus people who've bought the course and are loving it. Has almost 10 hours of content. It's going to continue to grow as well, covering all the most asked interview questions for a front-end position. I worked with several other developers coming up with the syllabus. In total, we have about 30 years of experience in software engineering, specifically in front-end. So something you're interested in, please check it out. What up, Roberto? All right, cool. Test is good. So what we've done is we've created our alert, which obviously if we refresh this real quick, is here. We probably want to create an animation for when it comes in and comes out. And so the next step is moving this, I would say, to the home page and then having it slide up, slide out. But maybe we can create an animation real quick. Let's just see if we copy pasta some of this. I've done this before in a course of mine, but I haven't touched animations in forever. You know what? I don't want to deal with this right now. We'll get it in there. I actually probably want to write an animation library, if anything. Alright, guys. I think that's a good spot to stop at. Let's go ahead and commit, and I'll take some questions. So, we'll say get stage. Alright, so we started our alert component, which is good. I think it came out really nice. We're still... So let's look at the Trello board real quick. So I know this alert component looks easy. But to do this properly, we have to do a couple things. One, we have to create a service so that we can call this alert component from anywhere. Because we really only want to have one alert component on the home page, or on, I should say, on the app route that gets triggered. And so it's going to call. Two, its intent here is to store cookies. So if we've already asked you this once, we don't want to ask you it again. Then we want to have an animation to come up. And then you're going to do the video docs site pretty soon. Let's see. So that's in progress. Did I create an alert one? Get details. I don't think I created an alert actual. So let's create that real quick since that's what we're working on. Alert. So this work isn't similar to the work you normally do at work. I mean, I work in Angular. So, I mean, it's similar to that. It's all the same technologies for the most part. I'm building this as if I was getting contracted out to build this for somebody else. Like I'm not skipping on anything. So the only thing I would say is if I start a modal, I'd probably finish the modal. And if I start the alert, I'd probably finish the alert. I'm giving myself a little leeway to jump between things to keep it fresh and fun. But I'm building it exactly as I would for a production application. Let's see. Is there anything I can clean up before I call it a day here? Except these. I haven't been doing mobile mocks because we're doing desktop first, and I have a list of things I'm going to go back and update. So that alert that we just created will be good. And you're saying, well, why are we going to create a success? Well, like, why are we going to go and do all this sort of stuff? Well, on our Trello board, if we go back to it, God, I need to get my fourth monitor up again. I was like, oh, I don't need it anymore. And then I just instantly regret not having it. Here we go. So I have this, where are we? Offline online mode. So we're going to trigger something to let you know when you've been disconnected or when you've come online. A nice little feature. It's a small feature, but it doesn't take too much to actually set this up, and it supports our progressive web app standards that we're trying to find. Archive that list for now. I'm working on a mock-up for the breadcrumbs. Site like this. I'm not a big fan of breadcrumbs, but for a documentation site, I think it's important. Let's go ahead and fix this CSS icon active state look. That's something we can do real quick in this last few minutes. Cool. So you'll notice that this blue is kind of hard to see. So what I was thinking was maybe I can put a slight 1 pixel border around when that is the active state. So if we go to, let's go to here. Let's try this. Just play around and see how it looks. So like that. That's just hard to see, right? So instead, maybe we give it a 1p border, 1px solid white. Oh, that's gonna put it around the whole thing. Maybe we'll get a blur. On a blur. Alright, I think that's what we want to do. But now we want to blur. Can I blur a background color? Could change. Let's see if there's a better blue. That'll go well with that. Could change it to white. That's kind of whack though, isn't it? What do you guys think? Change it to white? Just for that one because of the blue? I think that's an okay solution actually. So let's jump to our side nav, SCSS, and I think we need the HTML. And you see how we have this router link active route? Just put this on the CSS here. And then if we have active route dash CSS. Would you make a short guide video or something? I've done lots of short guide videos. Huh. Better yet, now I think about it, we could do this. So if we are we just have to change our selectors a little bit. I think our selectors are a little bit too specific. So we have active route. Oh, I put in the wrong thing. That would make a whole lot of sense. There we go. That makes it look a little bit better just because that blue on blue is a little bit rough. You think change them all to white? I don't like that. I like most of the colors look alright. It's the blue that's a little funky. You think all? Like what happens when you select? I mean, they do all change, right? You might be right. Shit. I think you're right. I might have to clean this up later. This is looking a little janky. That's all right. Yeah, now we have to write some CSS to fix that, though. Son of a beach. Yeah, that's better. You're right. It should be consistent, right? Consistency is like one of the most important things in UI UX. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and push that up. If you guys don't have any questions, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And if you're interested in any of my courses, there are links in the description where you can get it for just $10. And as always, I appreciate you. I'll see you next time, and I might even be live again tomorrow. We'll keep the train going, son. See how long we can do it for. I think we're getting there. I have to. So moving forward, we have to, of course, finish this, and we still have our video component, and I have to figure out how to fix this because I think it should be working, but we shall see. I think I might have to make this a flex container just to handle it all. But what we'll do from there is the next big page is the actual category. So like we go to a Boolean or we go to an array, and I still have to design that. And then there's one more page after that where it's like methods. So there's the main category, then there's subcategory, and then there's the details page sort of thing for that. So I have to design those two main pages, and I still have to put some additional work into this. This is just the initial implementation, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I also have to do a little bit of where I'm going to put a Patreon and a where I'm going to put a translation flag, where I'm going to put a Patreon and a monetary stuff so people can support. So there's a little bit of design that I have to do that I'll be doing off camera, but we're getting there piece by piece. But with that being said, guys, thanks again, and I'll see you next time.